Belly, good. Everybody is here. I'm going to start us with a forearm sphinx, and we'll take a moment to settle in with your inhale, expanding. So that way as everybody comes in. Now when you come in and you would like more, we can go to our hands. So let's just hold here and let the breathing be a focus we're adding on to this extension. It's almost like you're giving yourself a transition from whatever you were doing before to being in your body, to coming inside, to focusing on your breath, to clearing your mind. So we're going to take full advantage, breathing, exercise, mind. Now lower down, and we're going to do that again. So you now know where you need to go. We're going to inhale, lift, either forearms or hands, and then hold. Breathe 10, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. Lower it, and we're going to do this one more time. This will be the third. Take a breath and come up. Breathing, shoulders are down. 1, neck is soft. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lower. So far, so good. Now this time our hands are low, like a rocket ship. Lift your back. Now I'm going to have us lift our toes, add on the arms going up towards the sky. And sometimes I use the word pulse, but what I'm just going to say is just lift them. So it's a smooth lift and a smooth lower about 10 times. And then you can transition by lowering for a moment and then putting your arms out like a letter T. Our goal is to work different fibers. So come on up, everything's up, and then you'll lift the arms higher. 10 times. 5, yeah, building strength on those precious shoulders. And lower for a minute. Also the rhomboids and the trapezius. So now this is a more traditional Y, like a letter Y. Inhale, lift up, and then come 10 lifts. And you notice how the scapula are in different places for all of these. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, I'm going to have us do a child pose of some sort. So push back. I'm going to add the toes under, and you can add that if you would like. Breathe in. And then come on back down to the belly. And we're going to take either hands beside your hips, or if you would like to interlace them, you can, or put them on one on the other. Lift up, breathe in, and hold 10. Now we're adding a shoulder, different placement for the shoulder. Yeah. That's it, and let your breath drive you up. 5, 4. Breathe in. Relax. Now either do that again, or if you care for a bow pose, you can hold on to your feet. If you do not, hold on to your fingers again and come up. 1. We'll be doing this twice. Yep, yeah, don't worry, we'll do it twice. Now relax for a moment, and you can do the other foot, or you can do this twice, or whatever you need to do, hands at the low back. Just come on up, breathe in. And recover with your arms underneath your face or your cheek. And then we're going to do a hip extension one at a time while your hips stay level, and you're trying to keep your hips level as you lengthen and lift your leg, one at a time. So with the one at a time, it should go higher than when you lift them 2 at a time. So try to get that height. Go a little higher than you think you can. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more. Now we're going to take the arms out like a Y, and you're going to lift up the right arm and the left leg, and then the left arm and the right leg. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. So you're breathing, and you're going to add on, if you would like, where all the limbs are off, and you can change to the breath. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. So we work the respiratory muscles differently. And push it back. Little child's pose here. Let's pat ourselves on the back so we have an elbow bend. And pat, inhale. And then take your hands and knees for a cat-cow. We're going to round the spine. Oop, keep going. I'm going to tuck this in so you can see. All right, round the spine and arch. So cat-cow, you can flex and extend. You can round and extend. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Now, you're welcome to keep doing this. If you would like to, you can lift up your knees and do cat-cow the beast. And then if you would like to add on, we'll do down dog, up dog, 4 repetitions. So find which of those you need. Good, I like the modification. And 2, and up. Breathe in and tuck. And up. And inhale. And then come on down. Nice job. Grab a sip, and then we'll change it up. Great job. I'm going to grab my foam roller. If you care to have a prop for a plank, you can. And if you don't want one, just stay on the floor. Forearm plank, you could have your foam roller underneath here. Shins, your elbows are down. And then at first, just hold for about 5 for your plank or your forearm plank on the roller. 2, good. 3, 4. If you care to go forward and back, you can. 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good. And then recover for a moment. Now I think Sphinx is a really nice one because it lets you stretch out the abs that we just worked. Inhale, you got it. And then gently come back up. Now when you're in a plank this time, we're gonna do a little dip the left hip, dip the right hip. It's not huge, but it's a little bit more obliques. So you'll dip. You can make it bigger if you want, dip, but you wanna feel those obliques. Your arms, your upper body is stable. And 4 more, 3 more sets. Good, 2, and 1, and then rest. You could do a forearm sphinx, or you could do a child pose if you need. Hold 5. I like the sphinx because it helps stretch out the abs. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And then you're going to go back. Now this one could be a plank, or if you want to lift your hips towards a pike or a dolphin, you could. Optional add-on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then recover for just a moment. Nice job. We're going to add a few more in here. So if you can hold your plank, or you can bend the knees under and straighten. So choose what you need to do. A plank is a great backup plan. 3, or you could do right knee, left knee if you don't have a plank and you want to move, or yeah, that's it. Kind of like a flamingo. There you go. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1. And then child pose, rest. Good job. Feeling the abs today. Grab a sip. Good. Strong. Could probably feel your muscles getting strong on that. We know muscle strength is associated with lifespan. So we're going to come down with an inhale. I've got the roller underneath my feet. If you care to add that on, you can do that. If you are wanting to do that on the floor, you can. We're going to wake up the legs in a bent knee hamstring. Curl up. You're also waking up your back, which is one of those ways to keep the nervous system happy. Curl up, flexible and strong. And then just hold yourself up at the 10. So hold 10. Breathe in. And then lower, and we're going to push the roller away or your legs long. Now you can do a lift with this long-legged
10, hamstrings, 2, 3. Karen, I think your dog heard my dogs responded, yeah, 4, Rigel, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now you're going to go somewhere between, so kind of halfway in the middle, and go up, 2, 3, so you're kind of in the middle of those two. 4, I'm on the roller as well if you want to be. And 5, nice. Should feel your hamstrings. 6, there you go. Find the angle that works for you. 7, pointing the toes down makes it more. 8, 9. Now what we'll do is hold it up. So get ready, hold it up, the hips are level. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, long legs. Now I'm going to have us leave the ankle area on the roller or the floor. It doesn't matter. You're going to take your arms up if you can. Find a safe place for your arms to go up. And then exhale, tuck the chin, peel up. And if this isn't your cup of tea this morning, you can always do a bridge, and then you're going to roll down. So at first, we're just going to have our legs up on the roller or on the floor. Now stretch your arms back. Healthy arms can go back, but listen to your body if you need to decrease the range of motion. So we're doing 3 of these. What do I have here? Oh, okay. And 3. Kind of like a hamstring addition. Awesome. Now on this one, if you care to, you can, as you roll your torso up, your knees can come in. So I'm like a little roly-poly bug, and then I'm going to stretch everything out. Exhale, tuck the chin, knees in, stretch out. We're going to do another. Come in. Okay, now if you're still adding on, you can start with your knees bent. Now your torso's low, breathe in, you're coming up and over. 1. Good, inhale, arms stretch. Exhale, 2, good. I'm moving a little bit more forward, inhale, moving the legs. And we know that patterns are good for the brain, especially during exercise. Okay, now on this one, so start with your legs long and your torso down. When you come up, your legs will go one way, your torso will go the other. So I'm going to come up right on my torso and my knees are left, and then stretch it out. I'm going to come up left on my torso, knees are right. 2 more. Breathe in. Trying not to throw the arms, but trying to use control. And then lower down. Really good. Now this time, your feet go back on the floor or the roller. Curl your spine up and hold the bridge. So this is stretching out those hip flexors, this front crease of your pelvis. We have just been flexing them a lot, so now we're opening them in extension. So it's a counter pose, but it's also building strength in our glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower. Now we're going to put the feet a little closer together towards each other. One leg's up, and we're going up and down 10 times. So I do like to do asymmetrical work for the limbs to make sure one leg's not taking over when we do double work. And then you're going to do 10 on the other. So one leg's up, each leg's getting attention. Yeah, 4, 5, there you go. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the other leg comes down. We're going to do a little leg pull. So when you're up, go forward. Like I'm going to try to touch my calf to the roller. I'm trying to go all the way up without hurting my hamstring. Just go to a big stretch, point flex. So it's also nerve flossing and ankle working. All right, this leg that was up is going down. This leg that was down is going up. And if you have to realign your roller, go for it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep going, 8, 9. Now we're going to take a little stretch. So first, both hands, both feet, kind of like a happy baby here, or it is a happy baby. We're going to take a few stretches. Let your feet soles go together, knees wide. Now take one leg up and take a stretch with either your leg on the foam roller or your hand, just find a way to stretch. And if you would like to add on, we're going to take the finger to the toes, lift up your shoulders, and now I'm lifting up my left leg. So I've got a couple things going on. Hamstring stretch, abdominals, hip flexor strength. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower. Okay, now the other leg's up for a moment so you can test the waters. How's that hammy? And then if you would like, lift up. One leg's hovering. One leg is stretching. 3, 4, good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hug it, and a little rock right and left. Nice job. And grab your hands underneath your thighs, come up, and we're going to possibly use our roller for a swan, kind of like a counter pose for all that, but at first, if you would like a sip, take a sip. So the belly down swan, it's kind of like a counter pose, but it's an important posture in and of itself. So we did a lot of flexing. Now our arms are on the roller if you would like, or they're on the floor, and then you're going to come up and hold. 10, 2, good. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Lower down. Move the roller for just a moment, and we're going to do breaststroke. The idea is that you get mobility practice and hit an extension. So what you'll do is lift up your torso and then make your arm circles as big as you can. Like they can touch your thighs because you're not really swimming. Now we're going to add on a flutter kick with our legs so that we're building hamstring strength. Lift up your torso and move those scapula. Now, because we're really not swimming, you can go the other way. So we're going to do arm circles the other way. That'll be good for our brain. Come up, move your arms. We're going to do one more, and then let your hands be underneath. Well, hello, gorgeous. And then you're going to lift up both legs and tap your feet together. Horizontal adduction. And then about 10 more. And then a child's pose with a foot stretch. Foot stretch. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then take a little down dog. Stretch out those calves. Bend one knee so one calf gets a stretch. Bend one knee so one calf gets a stretch. Both heels are down. And then walk up to your hands and then come on up. If you would like a sip, grab a sip. I'm going to do speaking of single leg work, I'm going to do some single leg squats here in a minute. And so I just tell you so that if you need something nearby, like a wall or a desk, what are you using, the windowsill, Karen? You tend to use the windowsill in Michigan. So before I do the singles, let's take your squats. So if squats are a problem, you want to strengthen the quads still and bend the knee still. So one idea would be to sit in a chair and extend your knee extension seated, because you want to make sure that your joints still work as they are supposed to. We don't want to just avoid the motion, but if it's an acute inflammation or injury, then do avoid that motion, but you want to think in terms of getting those motions back. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm thinking both feet 50-50, as if I had a scale underneath my feet. It would have exactly my weight half on each foot. Your knees track. So that looks like a good warm-up, feels like a good warm-up. Now the truth revealer is when you try to do a single, one foot's up, you may do a yoga block underneath that lifted shin, but now you go low, self-regulate, go up. I do like to use a prop though, like a foam roller or a block, vertical or sideways, so you have a definite point. 3, so I'm trying to use the floor for my other shin, but you will tilt forward, which I see everyone doing. 4, good. You're tracking your knee. Yeah. 5, your knee's strong, but see if these have felt like they're getting stronger. 6, 7. Yep. Straightening. Everyone looks good on that. 8. Good. 9. If you find the getting up hard, you can work the getting down longer, and that'll get strong. So eccentric. So then the other side is 10. And do you feel any difference? 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Really good knee traction. 6. Try to notice if your body's starting to turn. Keep it square. 7, 8, 9. One more. You got it. Cole knows me. All right. Calf raises. So remember, you can always do another move, but what this does is warm up your calves. And then I'm going to, and sort of like, how am I doing? Then you feel it warm, you're going to be a pogo stick. So I'm not going high yet. I'm just kind of getting some pliancy in my feet. Have you ever gotten out of a chair and part of you feels stiff? This is the quality that we want, tense integrity. Now, this is your option, but you could do 6 big jumps if you would like. And then the goal here is height, because I want bone density and I want explosive power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we know quad strength is related to longevity. Watch this duck walk. I'm going to sit down and then I'm going to try to go low. And hello, can you go? And I'm going to do about 10. Hey. Big screen and then back. And you know, I can see my knees in the mirror. I hope you can see yours and I can see yours. Good. Okay, so we're doing it again. So what I noticed, I would be watering my herbs, and it's just outside. So I get in a duck walk and I just sneak this kind of stuff in my day. So I hope you can find, or if you have to give the dog some water anyway, you can kind of duck walk there. Something, sneak it in. All right, I think I said I'd do 2 more, but I did more. It's so unlike me. I'm usually perfect with counting. And then come back. All right, now we're going to do a little split in the air. So when you do your high jumps, your legs and your arms go out. So get ready. 6 of those for height. 1, 2, and you're landing springy. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Now get your breath, sit down, and we're going to do a one-legged isometric. One leg comes up. 10, 2, 3. Next off. 4. Breathing. 5, 6. Yep. 7, 8, 9. Now stand up without using your hands. Perfect. Take a breath. Squatty. And then maybe the other leg. 10. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gently come up. Nice. Single right leg jumps. Your option is calf raises, but just do 10 in a place. I'm springy. Now left pogo. I'm springy. Nice. 5 right. 5 left. Nice. And then we're going to put it together with jumping wide and then landing single, jumping wide, landing single across, or do the walk. So about 10. And then turn around and do about 10. Nice. And then we're going to jump 2 in. So it's wide, narrow, like a ladder is there, an agility ladder. Or you can do in and out real low if you want. Yeah, but we want some spring in our life. Good. And then 10 travel single right jumps, 10 travel single left jumps. So it's not for height, this one's for the spring. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and left. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This one's called fast feet. We're going to do in and out of the ladder as fast as you can go. Think fast twitch muscle fibers, think coal. So coals on the ground, you don't want your feet to burn. Hot coals, in and out, up fast. And then lead left and do it the other way, in and out. Lead left. Nice job, really good job. And then let's take a wide, also called goddess posture, hold. All right, now for the arms, a little bit of my arms are behind my body. 10, 2, 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now come up, nice. Now 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, but I want you to notice I'm on railroad tracks. I'm not on a tightrope. So I'm gonna bend this knee. Now watch this. I'm gonna try to bring my left knee up. I'm balancing. Now I'm trying to put the left foot back 4 feet deep. Now I'm gonna do a lunge, drop, come up, same foot, same everything. Balance, right knee straightens, left knee's up at 90. Put it back softly, 4 feet deep. Lunge, lift, here we go, knee forward. We're doing 5 of these, by the way. Left foot back. Once your foot's back, lunge, drop down, come up. 4, hips look level. I like it. Go back. Lunge, up, knee, and left foot down beside you. Ha, right foot back. So you've been practicing these things, but you put them together. Now you whoop, you drop here in your right knee. Yeah, come up, straighten your left knee. Put your right foot back. Bend, lunge. 2. Your body goes forward. Foot lands softly. Lions in the room, you don't want to wake. 3. 4. Good. No extra tension anywhere. 5. Nice job, guys. How'd that go? All right. So give me some, actually let's grab a sip and then come back here. So we'll do a few of those goddess squats, but we're going to add on. So just take 5 of your goddess squats like we did before. Then you have a backup plan. So this is basically also called second position. Just do 2 more. All right, then our toes are forward. Now you're going to bend over here, and you'll see I'm adding on. So just kind of shift your weight. I'm kind of doing a squat. Good. Nice. Now, if you can, you're going to push up. Now, I'm not going to go as far the first time. I'm going to bend. I'm going to push up. But as you get more confident, softly landing. Notice it wasn't a thud. Whoops, I had to touch. 3, that's okay. 4, you might be able to get lower on that speed skater part. 5, yep. 6, but you see how we're putting together a few drills, but now we're changing planes. 7, frontal plane. 8, and it could be you do a narrow one, right? All right, so I'm going to lower, but now I'm shifting. So change the leg, kind of make sure it should feel fresh. Take an inhale, and then 1. Oh, the first one was awkward, wasn't it? And then down. And then, whoops, I had to touch. That's okay. 2, land, push. You kind of learn how much to push per your width. We don't work in this plane as much in life, can you tell? So it's got a little learning curve. 6, 7, 8. I'm going to land softly. I'm going to even it up with 5 more of these goddess squats. Good job. Now I'm going to take it into a malasana. So I'm bringing the feet in, ideally without a block, but you know, if you need a block, grab a block. So now we're just trying to squat here. Yeah. We're going to get off the ground a few ways. So one way is this. One way is this. One way is this. One way is cross. And then one way is crisscross applesauce the other way. Make sure you don't throw your arms. Yeah, there you go. Touch if you need to. And then the other was, so I've got shins together. Come in. Nice. Karen, I'm slowly landing. Foot flat. I'm going to go back because it's fun. And then rest. Nice job. We're going to do some abs next, so grab a sip if you'd like. We're going to do some partner drills, as if I were there with you. Nice job. So I like to make sure the room's good. In other words, there's nothing I can hit. Your feet are going to be in the air at first, and you can put your hands beside your hips if you'd like. Lower slightly down to the left, and then come up. And then lower slightly down to the right, and then come up. And then slightly left, there you go. And 3. Nice. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And we got to make sure it's even, so I'm going to do one more on this side, and then recover. Nice job, a little rock. We're going to be doing a double crunch next. These are abdominal exercises. Let your hands come behind your head. Let your legs go up, and you can do one of 2 parts or together. You can go up together, in other words, pelvis, shoulder, or just the shoulder, or just the pelvis. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you could just do the lower half lifting up, and there's this exercise plyometric go higher if you can. So you could go up higher. But if you need to keep it little, that's fine too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then hug the legs and take a little rock. I hope everyone's abs are feeling it. Actually, let's grab a sip and then I'll add on some more abs. But this will be a mental break. So we're going to be doing a few fun ways to come up like boomerang. Make it work for you. Let me show you. So the first one is just a bicycle ride to get up to teaser. So you'll bicycle, or you'll bicycle further away, or you'll bicycle up to teaser, and then you'll bicycle down. 5 reps. 2, 3, you got it. 4, nice. And then 5. Now, once you go down, we're just going to open up the hips to kind of like counterpose that before we do the next one. Now, if you would like to take boomerang, so you could do what you just did, you could do a bridge, but if you want to take boomerang, what you can do is start with your legs up, ankles crossed. Now, we'll do a coming up to teaser. Michelle, watch your shoulder, but you could do this. You could go forward. An option is to come down and roll yourself to your shoulders and then switch, arms up,
You could put them back. You can go forward. Good. Roll back and recross the feet and then come up. Arms. Exhale. Good. And then how about 2 more? And then how about 1 more? Nice job. Really good job. Let's take just a little stretch here. Go open. This is going to help the spine prevent rounded shoulders. 5, 4, 3. It prevents rounded upper back too, not just the shoulders. Well, then inhale and your arms will go open as if you're clearing a wall, and then you're going to rotate to the other side. So I'm using my hands to leverage to a deeper stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the other one that also helps with posture, and I know you know this, but we do this lateral flexion. And really try to use your breath to expand the rib cage. So when you're breathing and you're hiking up a hill, it doesn't feel foreign to your respiratory muscles. You've got ability to keep the respiratory muscles pliant with full breath. Go to the other one. You know how to dictate your breath. Now on this next one, if you need to do a bound angle, you can, but if you would like to do a reverse plank, you can. So I want you to listen to your body. Michelle, with your shoulder, you might do a stretch. Yep, that's right. And then something good for you is our goal during the class, and we do this something 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then relax. Now I'm going to give us a little stretch for our hands, just to massage them, and then we're going to do a couple more abs. So when you're ready, we're going to head down. Make sure you have enough space. This is a teaser variation again. So teaser can be teaser 3. You lift your arms and you lift your heels, and then you come up and you do this 5 times, or you find another variation that you like. 3, good. Yep. Doggy kisses. 4 and 5. Nice job. And then hug your legs in. Gorgeous. We're going to do something good for the ball and socket of the femur. So we're going to put one leg down and then one leg's up in the air. I like to frame my hips on this one, but take 5 large circles one way. Try to keep your ribs down. Good. 3. And try to breathe in through your nose and out your nose. Now I'm taking 5 each way. If you've noticed your hip opens up more and you need to take a few more, please do. Or maybe your knee will straighten more once you're here. And then leave the leg up, and we're going to point and flex through that foot as if you're articulating through your arch. And then we're going to circle the ankle. We know that flexible ankles helps with balance and with force absorption. And then circle the other way. All right, that leg is going to go down, and the left leg's going to go up. Now the right leg's pouring down. Draw 5 circles. Good. Ribs down. Breath in. And other direction. 5, 4, 'We're going to be taking the hands behind that leg, and like you're articulating through your spine, you're going to articulate through your foot. And then we're going to add at least 5 circles of the ankles each way. And then both legs come up, so you have them glued. So imagine they're glued. You're going to draw a circle with the legs as a unit, and then you're going to go immediately to the other way. So you could say you're pointing to 12 o'clock on the sky, and then you circle the other way. So one circle's clockwise, one is counter. Knee bends are a nice way to modify. Lengthening is a nice way to make it harder. All right, one more, guys. Woo! Whew, and it's about time for a hip opener stretch, ain't it? So reach your hands through. It's always time for a hip opener because it's always necessary. So I'm going to add on a rock here and a deliberate physiological sigh. So a release. That's a really quick way, that and a yawn. Those are really quick ways to get into parasympathetic. All right, notice how that feels. And then let's take the other one, ankle to thigh. Reach your hand through. Grab that thigh, and then a little rock. And I'm adding a roll, movement with your ankle if you want. 5. And then we're going to use the roller, but it's really just going to be for elevation. So Karen, you traveled. Michelle, your hips like it. So I think you'll both you're going to go up like this. The lower back now gets some decompression. I'm just putting my hands here so it doesn't roll away from me. I'm not harshly grabbing. So you can start as small or as big as you want, but go into circles. Your ribs are down, and just enjoy. Also, it's nice for the legs to be above the heart sometimes, right? So go the other way, because most of the days they're below. So nice on the vessels. 2. Good, so we're doing 5 here. 3. If you need to adjust your roller, go for it. 4. Inhale, exhale. Now pretend you're a pair of scissors long ways, but you can bend the knee so the foot goes towards the floor if you'd like, and you get a little bonus hamstring. Good. And that should feel really good. The legs are oppositional. Breathe in, breathe in. Nice. Feel good. And then this one is a big bicycle, so much bigger than you would actually ride your bicycle, much bigger. That way you can work your ankles, and you notice I'm flexing and pointing. I'm trying to drag my foot on the floor, so I've got a little hip flexor. And backwards, so reach, 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 reach. Breathe in. Now the legs are up, and you're going to open. This is, you can point, and then this is a flex, so you can point. This one's also called scissors, but you're vertical. Yeah. Inhale, exhale. And are you matching your legs' range of motion, or do they match, or do you have to focus on one leg? 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to leave us here. If you can let go of your roller and you want your hands on your legs and it doesn't make the roller go out, go for it. If you want a little bit of toe back, you can. Now the release of tension, hold 10. Breathe in. One leg up and one leg down. Now it's like a psoas hamstring stretch. It is a psoas hamstring. And if it feels painful when you pull your toes back, then don't do that cue. You want it to feel like a good hamstring stretch in the belly, but it shouldn't hurt in the sit bone or the knee. So if pulling your toes back does create a different kind of discomfort, you can just leave the foot soft. Breathe in. Switch it up. All right, so one leg's down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Breath is full. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. And then exhale and gently pull your knees in, and you can release that. Nice job. And then let's come up for a minute, take a little sip. Nice job, guys. And I want to take a few in the frontal plane. So what that'll mean is we'll do sideways motions. So one is to put your shins down, and then one is to put your leg out, 1 cue. Now, if you feel like your knee needs more padding, you can always fold something up and put it under, so nothing hurts. No joint pain. One traditional place to put your hands is kind of like triangles, and that's fine, but if you need to change it, you can. So we're going to do 10, and this is for your core in a different way. 5 than when we did those supines. 6 or when we do planks. 8, 9. All right, we add on a rotation. So dip and then turn, dip and then turn, dip and then turn. Good. Breathe. 4, turn, 5, turn, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the last little bonus is to find a place that feels somewhat challenging and take 10 pulses. Back is against a wall. And we're going to let the bottom hand just go low. If you need a yoga block, please take it. We're going to take the top leg back. We're going to lift up like my pose that I love so much, Mudrasana, but your shins down. 10, 2, 3, really stretch, even to your fingers. For some reason, the finger cue helps me. 5, like everything's stretching. 6, your foot, your ankle. 7. All right, now the foot can go more in line with your body, and then you have a better leverage to come up. Here we go. Fingers, breath. How about a rotation down? And then how about a rotation up? We're going to take a full inhale and then come down. And we'll just switch our legs and then we'll do the stretches. So we're going to do the work and then we're going to do the stretches. So once you feel stable, fingertips up, bend, and laterally flex. Good. Lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we add on a rotation. So dip and turn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, pulsing in a challenging, just a small range of motion, somewhere that you feel like there's a little challenge. And then we're going to take the hand that's lower to a block or the floor or knuckles, like whatever you need, and then stretch. 10 fingers. Think ribs. Think ankle and hip flexor. Think chest or upper back. Big inhale. Yeah, I like that too, Michelle. 4. Ooh, feeling the stretches. 3. Fingers to toes, and then the foot can help you when you move it back in line, and you can go to the other side. Notice those little rotations. Breathe in
And then come up and then grab your roller to roll out your hips. So I know Karen did a big 12 hours, 11 hours, 10? Yeah, up higher, more, 16. Oh gosh. So, and even if you didn't, the hips need it, don't they? So I thought you told me too, Michelle, this helps your hips. But it's like one of these areas that anyone can benefit from. I do want you to find what works for your shoulder, though I don't want you to hurt anything. Because this can be done, you know, if your shoulder hurts you, you can do this here and get benefit. So yeah, find out where you need it. So I'll show all the ways. Yep. I'm going to turn towards you a little bit. But, you know, an ankle to thigh does, when you're stretching and you're rolling, boy, effective. So, the self-care, this is kind of a myofascial release. Also, it's just good blood flow if you were stagnant in an area for a while. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, then the other one for the other side, whatever you need, or if you've already switched, that's fine. I just want to offer. You may have one side that's tighter. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. So why don't we get the upper back for a moment. When your feet are on the ground, you can lift your hips, and I like to put my hands behind my head so that I have a little bit of support, and you can roll out while your spine's in flexion. You can also roll out while your spine's in extension. You could mix it up, flexion, extension. And 5, 4, 3, 2. And then if you can stay here, if you need a yoga block, that's fine too. But if you can stay in a passive extension, we'll hold for 10. 9, you're telling your back this is normal. We're passively stretching, so we don't have to actively hold a stretch. We're just letting go into gravity. Let your hands help you up. And then we're going to do the long stretch. So basically your sacrum's on one end and you're opening up your arms, but you know you can open up your knees too. You could do a bound angle supine, Supta Baddha Konasana. Now the breath, really breathe in the nose here. Fill up the belly, right and left side, rib cage, right and left, chest. Take another full breath. And I'm just going to roll to the side so it's not too much work, and we're going to take a rotation. So your one knee can go over your body and the other arm can be out, and hold. And then take it to the other side, knee down rotation.
And then what you'll do is just take your legs up on the wall for a little bit, maybe 5 full inhale, exhale cycles, and just let your mind relax, let your thinking relax, and just let your breath be your focus, or letting go in your body be your focus. So clear your mind. And then slowly release your block, your foam roller, and you just make your way up to a seated position, lifting up through your spine. Hi, Rigel. And then come on up to take a moment to settle. So we're going to keep that clear mind, keep that clear heart, keep that clear body, and we'll let everything go. And we'll take a moment to just memorize or capture that inside feeling, like a memory of peace and calm. That way it's easier to access whenever we need it during the day. So today I'll just stay in this energy of wellness, peace, and calm. Anytime I need to come back to it, I have this really good memory of how it feels in my body, mind, and spirit. And I'll return to it as much as I need with